I've got him. I've got him. He's got me. Oh, here we go. Over the top. Judo is not just about strength. It's about they push one way and you release the pressure, to turn around and let them go with that way. You can throw them over without any effort. And all kids, all little kids, boys especially, they get on the ground and wrestle, and that's all the sport is, and that's all we promote it as, and they just love, wrestling and rolling and holding people down, and like kids do with their dads in the backyard. And because in judo we learn about the people's center of gravity and how to pick people up easily and how to get them to the ground, and it's like isometric exercise. You're pushing against someone, they're pushing against you, and you build up a heap of strength. And when you've been doing the sport for 50 years, people still say, "Oh, Shane, you still got it." But it's not because I am physically strong, but I'm physically strong from the pure fact that I've been doing judo all these years. They're always amazed that the old guy with the white hair can roll every one of them over, and they go, "My God, what's happening to this guy?" And it's always because they're just trying to use strength, where I, release the strength and roll them over.
In some ways, you're trying to use physics against them.
Yeah, it's a great sport for strength and strength control and knowing how to use your strength. Plenty of parents have told me over the time that their kids are aggressive, and that's why they put them into judo. They look at judo and go, well, we need to control that aggressiveness. They've already worked out their shortcomings because, the smaller kids, the younger kids are throwing them at judo, and they go, oh, wait a minute, I just better pull my head in a bit. One kid I've had a number of years, or he's not a kid anymore, he's just turned 22. He's got cerebral palsy.
Yep.
No use of his legs. He's in a wheelchair. Every Tuesday he comes along and he wrestles, and he has competed before. There were parents that were saying to me that, my kids didn't think they could do anything, any sport at all. And, they come home and they tell me, well, we're now judokas, we're judo players. It changed their lives. I'm doing a sport that is physically demanding, and I want to do it. I want to keep doing it. It's beneficial for me personally, and keeping up my my strength. And you talk about your bone density strength and all those type of things that the sport is good for older people to continue. I'll never go to the gym. I'll never go to the gym and just pump weights. It's boring. But I enjoy getting on the mat and wrestling with people and testing out my strength and exercising my body in that way. I think kids should do team sport, but they also should feel the pressure of an individual sport where they've got to go out on the mat and they're on their own, and it's just them, and they've got to go through that pressure cooker stage. And some kids really struggle with that, and it takes time.
Nice. Awesome. You better go again, mate. I'm not even sure.
He enjoyed that a little too much.
Yeah. Cool.
So you have seen some late starters do well.
Yeah, and I say to them, not every one of you is going to be an Australian champion, but every single one of you, it's possible to be a black belt. All they want to do is enjoy the club atmosphere, the training atmosphere, the camaraderie,
yes,
and learn skills. If you're not involved in a club sporting environment, you sit at home and go, no one's going to know if I don't go for my run tonight. Our sport's got to be on as many street corners as possible, because that's the way you pick people up initially, and then hopefully kids take it up from there.